What is up, everybody? It is Life's Apprentice. I'm going to be doing a roofing repair today, and I'm going to be starting kind of a little series of common roof leaks and mistakes that I see roofers make, and things that I repair very often on a lot of different roofs. So this one behind me, you can see we have a valley coming in. The fascia is diving in to the valley, and the valley is going up. So the first thing that we need to do is, if you see this, odds are this is done improperly. There should never be tar or caulk in this area. This should be a step flashing behind the fascia, like this. This is a step flashing, shingle tin, whatever you want to call it. But the first thing we need to do is, most likely this row of shingles here can stay. The first thing we need to loosen these up, which I already did, and I wasn't recording, but I just use a pry bar and I loosen these up to get underneath them, and we're going to get up into here. Now here's where it gets tricky, and when I looked at this job to see what was wrong, I saw this piece of metal here, but it was all tarred in there, which made me think that you know, somebody had tried to fish it in there. Well, I loosened up these, and sure enough, look what we have here. So what's happening is the water, when it rains hard, is coming down underneath here, and this is not the proper valley. The water is getting behind here, and this is really not serving its purpose. And this is one thing that I see all the time roofers do, is they do not get this course of shingles underneath the valley. What they do is they lay the valley down and then they just shingle and they go over the top, and that's very wrong. So what we need to do before we completely draw conclusions why it's leaking, we need to dig into here and figure out what they did or who repaired it. And you know, it looks like somebody's repaired it at some point, so we're not the first or second roofer here. And we're going to dig into it, and I am going to show you how to do this properly and make it never leak. Here we go. Alright, so we have this side loosened up, and we're going to need to take this shingle off. So step one, you can see their nails are overpressured. Another common mistake. We want to be delicate when we're doing this. And we need to get a nail right here. And then this guy should come right out. Now if you guys are homeowners out there, and you're looking for other repair videos or shingling videos, I have plenty of them on my channel, and I'll continue to make more. So we have that first course out. Now you can kind of see better what we got going on here, and it is definitely wrong, but we can make it right. This can be easily done if you know what you're doing. It's not very hard. You just need to know the right ways to do it. Now, is this nailed or what? What do we got going on here? Oh, I got a screw in there. Wonderful. That was nice of them. It's always amazing some of the stuff you see when doing this. I've been doing this a long time, and I've seen some very interesting stuff. It never ceases to amaze me. Like square-headed screws in there. We tried to fix it. I understand why they put screws here, is because it would have been hard to get nails. And I didn't want to peel up that bottom layer, but, well, there. Did we get it, or is there another one? This is a super common mistake I see. I see this all the time. You'd be surprised. Professional roofers, and they do this. And the right way is not any harder than the wrong way. Now there's another valley just like this on the other side, and it's done the exact same way. So we can assume that one doesn't leak, but it will eventually. So we got this sucker glued and nailed, and we're just going to peel these shingles out. And here's our main problemo right here. And you'll see, I'm going to grab you guys, you'll see that that water was getting down, and this course of shingles that I just took off needs to go under this valley metal, and then you need to have that step flashing going all the way up and under this valley metal right here, which I'll show you when we put it back together. But I can be certain that that is our problem. And I can already tell you that they did not use shingle tins here. And I've had even roofers tell me that you don't need shingle tins there as long as you can slide these courses under there. Now that's true in a sense. There's a freaking train going by. That's true in a sense that you don't need tins there. But depending on the size of this gap and everything like that, water, rain, snow can blow back up underneath there. Not only that, but the shingle tins are going to keep the birds and the bees out of there. So they are necessary. And anyone who says that they're not, I would disagree. It may not be there for leaking purposes, but it is important that that it goes in there. So we're going to get this peeled off. We know what our problem is now, and this is one of the most common problems I see with valleys. It's very rare you have a valley leaking unless it ends like this, or it's an open valley and it was done improperly. So we're going to peel off these guys and get to fixing it. Exactly what they did. They just have that underneath there, which really just shouldn't be done. And anyone who says otherwise, I completely disagree. That there should always be shingle tins. Always. And look how far they had it under there. They only had it under there like 2 inches. Tar they use, or caulk, that's some good stuff. Alright, we gotta get one more course off here. All right, we got her. Oh, we're gonna pop a couple of nails. And you can see right here, this is from mud wasps. So there was mud wasps getting in here before they caulked it. And that's exactly proves my point why shingle tins are needed. Not necessarily to prevent leaking, but to prevent that. You don't want that. I mean, it's just not good. Alright, so first things first, and this is going to apply if you're roofing or repairing. We want this course of shingles right here to go up underneath here. Now, once we do that, we need to add a step flashing like this, okay? And this is going to go right here, and we're just going to bring it down as far as it'll go on this course, and we're going to nail it. We're just going to nail this right here. Where's my hammer? Going to nail that right there, and we're going to continue to move up with this. Oops. I'm going to continue to move up with this, but I need to go get some shingles, I believe. Alright, I am going to have to reuse one of these shingles because I only have 3, and I need 4. So, roast me in the comments if you want, but I'll show you how we're going to reuse it, and then get this all buttoned up. So we're going to just butt that up to there, and we're going to cut it to length. I'm going to slide that in just like that. We're just following the old line that they created. We're going to want to be careful with our nail placement. We'll put one there. We'll put one right there. You want to get at least 4 nails per shingle for a full shingle. Okay, so that shingle is on, and every course of shingles is going to need step flashing. So this one, I'm going to go like that. We might need to cut it. It's hitting on something. I'm just going to give it a little snip. I'm just using a tin snip to cut this. There we go. And then we want this shingle tin to overlap this other tin and come right down to this reveal line where your next shingle is going to set. I hold it about, a 1/4 of an inch up. And then we'll pop a nail in there. Cut it down to size. like so. And you can see how by doing it this way that you cannot see that tin. So if you're wondering if it's not all caulked and tarred, if you're wondering if this is done properly, one good way to look and see is if you can see metal behind there. That's going to give you a good idea of at least the thought process that the person who shingled this was thinking. Usually if it's gooped full of tar, you're out of luck, in my experience. It's pretty rare that people tar that when they know what they're doing. I'm gonna nail this guy. And then we need to put another tin in. So it's going to go pretty much just like that. I'd put it on the outside like this so that I can kind of mark it and see where it needs to get cut, like so. There, you can see that's going to slide right up in there, hopefully. Be real careful doing this with this metal. You don't want to get cut. You can take off the gutter and the fascia. Oh, look at that. They got roofing nails all in the fascia. Yeah. These guys are some dandies here. They just ran the roofing nail gun right down the fascia. Really nice. Don't do that. That's an asshole move. I wish you guys could see it. Maybe I can show you with the camera. There's about 1 million nails in there. Alright, we got it in there without cutting our fingers off. I'm going to nail that. And notice the roofing nails. Really nice of them. But notice here, this is not going up underneath the valley yet, which we need to make sure happens. So we're going to put another course on, one more course of shingles. That should work. So you'll see there's holes in this from the previous nails. Some of them popped through, some of them I was able to pull out, but we're going to want to caulk those. And then anytime you use an old shingle where it tars down, we're going to want to tar just to make sure that this doesn't blow off if you're reusing them. And I wouldn't recommend reusing them, but if you have to and that's what you have, if you do it right, it's okay. So I'll do the tar after the fact, just so I don't make a mess. Now here's the other really important part. This needs to go under here. So there's a roofing nail in there. I'm going to pull that out. But this valley is too short. This valley should be a couple of inches longer, and they should have done several different things differently, to say the least, and they didn't. But that's why we're here. So I'm going to nail this. Okay, and then we're going to take what they had, their scrap here, because this is really all you need to extend this. We need to get one more tin in, which I should be able to just get. I just took this tin and kind of flattened it down, and we're going to get it underneath the valley like this. And this can act as an extension to the valley. I'll get you guys closer. This can be an extension of the valley, but I'm going to run that right to the reveal line. We're going to put a nail up higher, this will get covered, and then just for safety we're gonna put this guy back in there. It can't hurt. See, and that's what they did wrong last time when they repaired it, is now when water gets in behind here and hits this valley, this is lapped properly, so the water will run out. We're going to push this up where you can't see it as much. That's about all it wants to. And see here, all this is going to be covered up from here over. So all you're going to see is this. But if water gets behind here and gets onto this valley, it'll run out onto this valley and over. If there's any other issues and it gets down to this valley, that shingle tin that we put in there also is a protector. And then when water comes down right here, we have those tins so water cannot back up that way. Now, there, you can pretty much see what we're looking at. That's essentially the finished product. We need to get some nails in there, which this is where you got to be careful too. And the idea is the same if you're doing 3-tab shingles. The idea is the same. 3-tab does not change how you do this. It's the same with 3-tabs as architecturals. The idea of it is the exact same. Alright, and we're going to cut that. And then we have to make sure, because we had to pull nails out of this to get this shingle off, we got to make sure that we get nails in here again. And this can be tricky, without, especially right now, it's cold. It's like in the 30s. These shingles are stiff, and they don't want to do and act like we want them to. Just be careful, because if we damage it, then we got to peel up another one, and I'd rather not. Alright, now we need to just seal everything down. For one, it's cold, and two, we reused some shingles and loosened up some shingles and we want to make sure that those old nail holes are covered and that these seal back down as intended. We are not using this as leak prevention in the sense that an area like this should never have any of this. This is not involved in roofing something like this properly. In order to do this properly, it is metal is what keeps water out, and birds and bats and bees and stuff like that. This is strictly to seal down the shingles like this one that we peeled up, and this one that we had to reuse because we only had 1, 2, 3 full shingles, and we technically needed 4. And since these were tarred together and stuff like that from the last guy that fixed it, I wasn't able to get them apart in a nice way. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. So this one here, we have these old nail holes that we need to cover. That, like that. And we're missing a nail there. I need to add a nail. So we're just gonna lightly push that down. And I forgot to put a nail right here and right there. Oh no, this one just pulled out. Seal these shingles, the new ones will seal themselves, but these, they may seal but they may not, and we just want to make sure that they do. And now that we've done it properly, nobody's ever going to have to come in here and redo it. Then you can do just like 3 or 4 dabs. You can do it across the whole thing if you want. So we need to get all these little corners where we had to loosen this up. Alright, well that's it. Now let's review what we did here. Just so you guys understand, because I'm trying to do this, you know, fast and effective and film it and try to explain everything as I'm going. And I've been known to leave a few things out, or, you know, maybe not explain the best. So we're coming up here as if we're shingling it or repairing it. It really doesn't matter. This course right here we did not touch, okay? This course is going underneath the fascia. The back side of it is coming up to here, right? So we put a shingle tin on this course right here, then we put this shingle down. We put a shingle tin under this course, then we put this shingle down. We put a shingle tin under this here, then we put a shingle down. Then this shingle tin did not quite go underneath that valley, so we added another tin that comes out over the valley, or this tin here. Then we added this valley underneath the valley that was short. So this probably has a 6-inch overlap up here. And then this, when water gets down underneath there, it will come out here, spill out onto this shingle. If it tries to go back, it's going to resist on those shingle tins. And like I said, there's no need for tar or caulk in any of these areas, unless you absolutely feel it's necessary, but it's not. And that's pretty much it. Then we nail our shingles in, and you know, make sure that we get some tar on the shingles that we didn't take up, or the ones that we reused, or any ones that you're worried about. You can tar down all of them if you want. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So now we're just going to pop this gutter. I just loosened up this end. We're just going to pop this gutter back in, and that'll be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have questions, leave them down in the comments, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can and answer any of your questions. If you guys are looking for other repair videos or roofing videos, I have a whole entire playlist on my channel, something, I don't know, 70 or 100 videos. So if you can't find what you're looking for there, let me know what kind of roofing video you would like, and I will try to make it. That's it for this one. If you learned something, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I guess that's it for this one.